All right, what's going on, folks? The Old Soldier coming at you again today from Robeson County, North Carolina, where it got below 30 degrees last night. Don't believe me? Come over here and step outside, and you'll understand what I mean. Um, Couple things. I'm not gonna keep this one long. I've got a meeting to go to later this morning. But finally got a phone call back from Congressman Bishop's office yesterday. And it was the same old political rabble mess that you get from their aides. Oh, the congressman's in, he'll fight H.R. 127 if it gets to the floor, blah, 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 blah. Then I turned around and asked him, I said, was he supporting Representative Green? That's the young lady's name from Georgia who, that's Mrs. Old Soldier back there. She's just, looking at me like I'm crazy, like always. But, I got the whole thing, well, obviously those articles didn't make it for a vote. And I said, well, it doesn't matter. I said, how does he feel about it? Does he support Representative Green in this effort? And it was the same old hogwash again. So I'm starting to see that my vote for, Representative Dan Bishop might have been washed down the toilet along with Thom Tillis, who is our senator. But nonetheless, we have to stay in the fight. And that brings me to my next point. And I've told you, I've already moved my membership, and I wanted to share with you today. Strongly consider moving to the Veterans Party of America, folks. Help us to get recognized in each and every state so we can become a national platform as a third-party alternative, a viable third-party alternative. And the reason I say that, one thing within the veterans community that 99% of us agree on, we don't always agree on everything, but at the end of the day, we can agree what we need to do to get things moving in the right direction. We can work out the nitnoid disagreement somewhere along the line, even to the point that if we hit an impasse, well, you know what? We'll go our separate ways on this issue, but we're going to have each other's back. Now, I'm going to post a link down below in the description. I know I've been putting a lot in the description lately, but I'm going to put a link to the VPA down below, and I'm going to put a link to the VPA for North Carolina if you live in North Carolina like I do. So you can check out the party's platform yourself. It clearly explains itself better than I can, but I can tell you that they believe in small government, accountable government. Okay? They believe in following the Constitution the way the forefathers wrote it. All right? And they believe in America first. Everything else is secondary to that goal. Okay? And I believe they've got what I would consider strong conservative values, all right, which the Republican Party seems to have lost. Okay? Yes, there's one or two that still spout the conservative line in the Republican Party that truly mean it. I say spout, poor choice of terms, but espouse is a better word I'm looking for. The values of true conservatism. Now, there's some of you out there watch this I know are more bona fide libertarians, and that's fine. I've got no issue with libertarians whatsoever. I have issue with progressive democratic liberal communism, which is what's in the forefront right now, which is taking control of the Democratic Party and which has festered itself into the Republican Party now and has created a Republican Party that is weak and feckless. GOP, giving over power, no longer the grand old party. It's giving over power because that's all they're doing. I had hopes when John Boehner became the Speaker of the House and under the Obama administration when the Republicans gained control then, and then he just, backed off on everything, afraid to fight for anything. And then, what's the little wiener's name from Wisconsin that became the Speaker? He was another one that just, spoke a good game. And at the end of the day, he just turned into be a spineless little whiny butt baby. We need strong leadership in the House, and the Republican Party is no longer providing that whatsoever. You've got Mitch McConnell calling Representative Green from Georgia a cancer to the Republican Party, because she espoused certain theories that some people believe, some don't. But I thought that was what America was about. If you believe something, you have the right to speak about it and put it out there. Okay? But they're trying to make her out look like she's some crazy loon bat, which I don't think she is. She has an opinion. And she wants to find out more facts on these opinions that she espouses. They're trying to shut her down because of hate speech, but yet Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and I always forget that fourth member, that, Goon Jezebel Whore Squad. That's what they are. Okay. One with Nancy Pelosi, who, obviously just blatantly and boldly insider trading by buying all that stock in Tesla here recently, knowing that the federal government, according to Joe Biden, is going to start buying all these electric cars. I want to talk on that for just a minute too. First off, where's the electricity coming from that's going to charge these things? Either 99% or 90 some odd percent coming from coal or natural gas electric plants. Okay, because they're using coal or natural gas to produce the electricity that's going to refuel these cars. They don't want you to know that. None whatsoever. They don't want you to know that. Because solar power, as much as it's expanding, is barely producing a fraction of the energy we use. Okay, and if you've seen anything with solar, and I'm a big advocate of solar power, because all across here in North Carolina, there's solar farms coming up everywhere, and these solar farms take up a lot of land. That's the drawback to the production of solar power right now, is the amount of land which they take up. And sadly, here in North Carolina, all the solar farms that are being put up are pushing their power outside of the state of North Carolina. Okay. When I say I'm an advocate for solar power, I'm an advocate for being able to put a solar power system on your house with a battery backup so you don't have to depend on the grid for squat. Now, I had one solar provider come down and give me an estimate and then tell me that Duke Power probably wouldn't let me come off the grid. I thought to myself, well, Duke Power don't own my property, don't own my home. So that tells me these solar providers are even in bed with the big power companies anyway. So, so I guess when I get my new house up, I'll probably have to do a DIY, and I'll figure it out, or DIY, excuse me. I'm getting dyslexic this morning. Or DIY, I had it right to begin with. See, not enough coffee yet. And I'll go off grid my darn self. Duke Power be damned, or whoever will control the power at that point in time. And I know that's kind of a tangent, folks, but again, I would highly encourage you to look at the Veterans Party of America, folks. Really consider moving your political affiliation there. And if you want to remain independent, I get that too, and I respect that. Again, it's not something I'm saying you've got to go do. I just would ask that you go check them out and do your own research. For me, that's where I'm at, and that's who I'm going to support. And I think it's going to be a good party to be a part of to get America back on track. But in the meantime, beware the communist scourge that's taken our nation over. Okay? Beware. And a rebel thinks he sees something. But until tomorrow, my friends, God bless, take care. Stay safe, stay vigilant, stay armed. Keep your head on a swivel, watch your back. Be careful out there. It's the old soldier out.